Number 88 in the Radiance range is the story of Adele H. This is a film by Francois Truffaut, released in 1975, and is really kind of interesting. It tells you at the start this is based on a real story. This is the story of Adele Hugo, the daughter of the writer Victor Hugo, who has fallen in love with a man. And what I like most about this film is the fact that it doesn't give you the whole love affair. We are based in Halifax in England, and we see Adele arriving into the country. She is chasing after her love, Lieutenant Pinson. She gets holed up in a hotel, a boarding house, and she's staying there. And it slowly comes to light that Pinson has abandoned her.
Et d'ailleurs, je ne suis pas venu vous demander en mariage. Vous devez quitter Halifax.
He no longer loves her. He has had an affair and he has moved on. But this woman is captivated and cannot let go. And that leads into this whole film about obsession, about the damage it can do to someone's mental health, and how it just completely destroys this woman. And it focuses solely on Adele, and you never really see much of Pinson. You see him in small snippets here and there. And at the start, you're kind of taking her story. You understand where she's coming from. She's in love. This man ran away. Has he had cold feet? What's going on? But slowly you start to realise that he's not really the problem. The way he's living his life is not really the issue. It's all down to Adele, who's refusing to accept the death of a relationship and move on, accept that it wasn't something more than just a fling. He may have seen it as that, she's seen it as a lot more, and just cannot let go of that.
Colonel, I assure you this is some kind of a joke. It's true I often visited the Hugo family in exile. Miss Hugo is a highly strung young lady.
And it's the slow disintegration of a person as she spends a small period of time that really defines her life. And although there is a grander story going on there with her father, with the relationship with Pinson, this happened before this movie, focusing on this small moment, this defining moment, is a really nice, interesting way to go. And of course, with Isabelle Adjani in the main role, is just captivating. She gives such a wonderful performance. There is a captivating nature about this woman, but a very solemn sadness in the way that she looks throughout it.
Je savais que tu ne pouvais pas m'avoir oublié. Quand une femme comme moi se donne à un homme, elle est sa femme. Maintenant, je ne pleure plus.
She feels fractured. She feels weathered down throughout the film. She becomes a shadow of herself.
Why?
And it's just really affecting to see that performance come through in the film. And you have this very dark brown overcast English countryside that is not at all welcoming. It feels like they're trudging through life here. It doesn't feel like something that's really uplifting. It feels something that's rather depressing throughout as well, which is a fitting mood for this film. The story of Adele H was a fascinating one. It's a small story about a person losing themselves, and I really was captivated in that. And it's a really quick runtime as well, just 96 minutes. You really get into the character, and like I said, this is just led by Adjani's wonderful performance. Although the film can be a little bit cold and a little bit distancing at certain points, and very frustrating because this doesn't follow the kind of tropes of a happy relationship outcome. Everything about this is we start the movie at a kind of sad demise of a relationship and go to the utter destruction of a person. It's not really an uplifting film, but it is definitely worthwhile. Of the Truffaut films that has been released by Radiance so far, is probably tied second, I would say. I still prefer The Bride Wore Black. I'd say it's probably maybe better than Mississippi Mermaid. Yeah, it's probably my second favourite of the Truffaut released so far by Radiance. I'd love to know your thoughts on this one, but let's dive into the extras first. here we are in the disc for the story of Adele H. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have Fong Lee. Critic and writer Fong Lee examines the story of Adele H and provides a portrait of the real Adele Hugo, recorded exclusively for Radiance in August 2024. And this runs at exactly 17 minutes. And she kind of enlightens the story of Adele H by giving an idea of where women were situated within society at that time, and then start to go through her life, picking apart some of the untruths that were spread or myths that have grown up since then, along with some real information. Next, we have Nestor Almedros, an archival interview originally conducted in 1986 and edited together by the surviving elements in 2009 by Fiction Factory. Features the cinematographer discussing his work on Adele H and his long working relationship with Truffaut. Again, I didn't know much about this gentleman until we kind of heard his tale talking about Truffaut, who you obviously admired a great deal. It's a great extra and it runs at just over 30 minutes. Next we have Francois Truffaut himself, and this is an archival interview from 1971 where he's talking about casting Adjani in the lead role, and it runs at 2 minutes 21 seconds. Next we have Isabelle Adjani. This is from 1975, and again it's talking about her performance within the story of Adele H. This is really great. It's just kind of done, she's kind of leaning against a tree, it's outside, she's just talking about the character, her performance. It's just over 5 minutes, and it's great to just see the natural Adjani talking about this emotional role. Next we have the Lyon premiere. This is archival footage from 1975 as well, where we have some talking heads about the making of the film. It's just under 3 minutes and it's just a little promotional piece. There is also a trailer on this release as well. Included in this set is a booklet, a 24-page. It has one article in it which is wonderful, and it's a letter that Truffaut has sent to Jean-Louis Boré, a man who posted an article saying that a lot of French directors had sold out, and it gives you an idea into Truffaut and his way of thinking and how he will tackle anything kind of head on, and it's a great read. And that's the extras for the story of Adele H. So there we have it. The story of Adele H is out now. It's an interesting one. If you like The Bride Wore Black or Mississippi Mermaid, then you're definitely going to find something interesting here. If you're curious about the tale, it's definitely worth checking out. It's not a feel-good movie, so just be wary going into it. I'd love to know your thoughts on this film, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or fall somewhere in the middle. As always, I've got more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. In the description box are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com. Always, in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.